Happy Sunday, y'all. Last Sunday of the year.
And Happy New Year.
No, Happy New Year. It's the first
It's
Sunday
New Year.
of the year, baby.
Is
Let's
it the
go.
first Sunday? Oh. See, I am so ready to get the fuck out of 2022.
Well, we're here. We're here. I guess you partied too hard last night. Forgot
We're here.
And the next year.
None of us are queer, but that's okay.
But you can be. You're allowed to be. If you want to be. If that's who you are.
We support you if you are, you know?
Absolutely. Sunday. And you know what? That's kind of cool that Sunday is kicking off 2023 because that's our day. So maybe this is our year.
Oh, there we go. I like it, Jess.
It is.
Boom.
This is going to be our year. You just wait and see.
Guys.
That's right. This is the year of Sundays, baby.
Exactly.
I have an important question. When is the appropriate time to pop my bottle?
You got me popping champagne.
Well, should we do a countdown?
Oh, let's do it.
I mean,
now.
it's technically already the new year, right, guys? Because we record on Sundays.
Yeah, but in reality, it's
pop his
11:59 on Saturday.
Right. We popping bottles, y'all.
Well, first of all, maybe we could do a
Poppin' bottles.
tutorial on how to open fucking champagne bottles.
It's pretty easy, you know?
I am terrified of opening
Twist and pull.
champagne bottles.
Or jerk.
You
Twist
just loop-de-loop
jerk.
and pull.
Is that a jerk or is that
Guys
a
are
pull?
so good at it. Just a flick of the wrist.
Yeah.
Now,
You're not
can
even
you guys
doing it on camera.
Can you do the knife trick?
Well, I'm afraid to.
Yeah, ooh, that's the real question.
Okay, this is gonna go all over your equipment.
No, it's not.
All right.
Oh,
We're all good. It's done.
You ready?
Yeah.
I already did it.
Woo!
Did you hear that pop? You hear that pop, baby?
Happy motherfucking New Year, bitch.
Let's go. Fill me up,
Nice.
Seth.
Now, viewers, you're probably wondering, Jess, what the fuck? Jess has to say that Jess is sick and alcohol's not good when you're sick.
And
Because
what
I
does
need
she
to be as
have?
hydrated as possible.
Well, what does Jess
What
have?
do I have? I have water. This is
You
what
have
I drink.
Delicious H2O. And you have COVID.
And
And
I
it's
have
going
COVID.
around, folks. Just want to say, once again, stay healthy.
Eric.
You know, do what you can.
You know, when
Cheers.
it first came out, they said COVID was more likely to affect people of color. But statistically,
They said that?
I've-
Is that right?
yeah,
That's not right.
Who's
that is
they?
right.
Who's they?
News.
Who is this
Who's
thing?
the
News?
News.
What are you watching? Fox
Okay,
News
I mean,
over
this
here?
disease doesn't give a flying fuck what you look like.
I haven't gotten it
But okay.
that much.
That much. Yeah,
That
neither have I,
much.
Eric.
I've gotten it twice.
That's
So it's
double.
Twice in
That's
almost
twice
3 years.
as much as I have.
2 and 3 years is pretty
Eric,
good.
you for sure have had it.
The
once.
antibodies did
And
go
only, like,
for
3 months ago.
18 months.
Huh. Yeah, I mean, I probably should have gotten a booster. Maybe I wouldn't be sick for the longest time ever. But, yeah, it really sucks. It ruined my holiday, but I
Yeah,
mean,
you don't need no booster.
yeah, I won't need one for the next 3 months. I can't
That's
get
true.
COVID.
3 months? It's longer than 3 months.
It's 3.5.
Okay.
I mean, I'll say like
Never got
how
a
many
booster.
times were we were around people a lot who ended up testing positive, and then we wouldn't, and that was like almost a year after we had gotten COVID.
Interesting.
Was this an experiment you performed
Hell yeah!
for science?
Yeah,
This guy just throwing facts out there.
I'm not throwing
willy-nilly.
facts. I'm not throwing facts. I'm saying that was my experience.
Well, everyone's experience is different, okay?
Well,
I
the
agree. Some
second you
people are
tell
more
them that you have
susceptible.
COVID, I mean, you just become a pariah and they don't want to be near you. But if I say, oh, I have the flu, everyone's like, oh, okay. You have the fucking flu.
And I'll say this: when we had the flu was so much worse than COVID.
Yeah, I'd rather
Was it?
So
hang
much
out
worse.
with someone
Oh,
with
yeah.
COVID
Yes.
than someone with the flu. If you got the flu, stay away
Straight
from
up,
me.
like COVID straight up was nothing the second time. And then flu wiped me the fuck out.
Huh. Interesting.
Remember when people were saying like, "Oh, COVID's not a big deal. People die from the flu all the time. Like, quit making it a big deal." And it's like, yeah, and that's still happening. Like, the flu is no joke.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's brutal.
See,
So everybody,
I
try
got
to
my
stay
COVID
healthy.
shots, but I won't get a flu shot.
I agree.
That's
I'm not
how-
going to get a flu shot. Do not ask me to do that. I won't do it.
Yeah,
I'm not
I
saying you
didn't get a flu
shouldn't. Like,
shot.
if you want to do that, please go do that. But I'm not doing that because
Every
the
time
flu
I get the
changes
flu
every
shot,
year. I'm not
I
doing
get the
it.
flu.
almost
Get the
like
flu.
almost like it's your choice to get a vaccine.
Yeah, well, it is.
I know, but some people,
Just don't expect to
during
be
the
hired
height of
anywhere.
COVID, well, now they don't even care anymore because there's enough
They
evidence
care where
out there
I
that-
work.
Really?
Yeah,
I
that's
was
fucking stupid.
recently asked from a job I was interviewing for to send in my vaccination card. I
Yeah.
was like,
That's
There's
crazy
been-
to me.
I haven't looked at that thing
Yeah.
in 2 years.
Mine's still in my wallet, but I haven't had to get it out.
Because there's
forever.
people who aren't vaccinated, so everyone has to like verify because you don't know.
But why
But does
do
it
we need
matter
to know?
at this point? Yeah.
I don't think it matters anymore.
Well, people, I mean, it's still, 3 years in, so it's still very new and fresh, and people are still very scared about it.
Please,
And-
we moved on to monkeypox. That's a big deal now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
COVID?
like that
What's
wasn't that wasn't a like pandemic like COVID was. Like COVID shut down the world. Like people are just so afraid of that happening again economically that there's just so many. I don't know. I think it's just out of fear. Like people are like, we need to make sure that we're doing our part to keep everyone healthy. It's like,
Yeah,
to
that's
them,
why I don't
that's
tell people I have COVID.
I'm
Because
very
they're all
Yeah.
weird about it.
I'm very much pro people getting vaccinated. However, I do think it's weird for an employer to say, "Hey, let me see your vax papers."
That is
I
weird,
just think
right?
that's strange. I just think it's strange. Do we
It
have
is
freedom or
strange.
not?
I think it's just unprecedented, because
I mean,
when you go to
certain-
school, you have to submit vaccination stats and stuff and make sure
Actually-
that you're up to date
Right.
on your vaccines and stuff.
There's a
Well,
lot
there's
of
mandatory
of-
ones that you
there,
have to get.
there are to an extent, but you
Exactly.
can actually claim like religious freedom and things like that, and then you don't have to prove it.
That's also true.
Yeah, yay for religious loopholes
Yeah.
that gets religious and sacred people out of trouble
None
all
of that
the
makes
time.
any sense to me.
I-
What does that have to do with religion?
It doesn't, but it's a way to get around things. It's what people use. It's the whole abortion thing. Like, it's what people use. They use religion as a way to control people and say, well, it's a belief, so you can't tell me I can't believe what I believe.
Right, but you can't tell me I can't believe what I believe. And that's
Guns.
the thing. I personally
Um,
think guns are fine, but that's a separate topic.
Jesus had guns, damn it. They're in the Bible. Guns are in the Bible. It's sacred.
That's how I feel about that.
It's science.
Oh.
Yeah, man. Religion is a hoax.
Religion sucks, and remember that Santa is the reason for Christmas.
Oh,
Krampus, actually.
Hail Santa.
Krampus is legit.
Krampus and
Krampus is-
Santa and the Easter Bunny and the Tooth Fairy and
Mother
the
Nature.
monkeypox monkey.
It's actually just
What
trees
holiday
for
is
the
that?
whole time.
It's not a holiday.
Holiday.
Did you have chicken pox as a kid?
Yes,
Oh, for
I had
sure.
it.
You had
terribly.
it? Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
Yeah,
too
you
young
had
to
it.
remember. Thank God.
Oh,
I got
that's
it in kindergarten because this kid that I rode the bus with came to school, and I also had like kindergarten class with him. Came to school with the chicken. Like his parents sent him to school with the chicken pox. Looking back, it's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Kids are the real breeders of disease. So can we just
Absolutely.
stop
True.
procreating already and save the world?
Children and gays. Am I right,
what I'm
folks?
saying.
I got
I
it.
mean,
I forgot
totally.
which break it was, but it was the day of break. like that Friday, I get home.
How
I
old
think I
were
got
you?
sent home. I don't remember. So I must have been young, maybe like first grade.
Okay.
Good Lord.
So we could have had chicken pox at the same time, Eric.
Aw.
Did you get it
Pretty
over
cool.
break?
I don't remember when I got it. I just remember he was like, I sat next to him too. He was like itching and scratching. I'm like, oh, why is he itching and scratching? That's weird. And then I had chicken
Or-
pox.
Maybe it actually wasn't a break. Maybe it just felt like a break because I had to stay home for a week.
That's true.
Yeah.
There's a picture somewhere of me like butt ass naked in the tub, like with chicken pox all over me.
Oh my God. I know. Let's take a picture.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah,
that's
let's
what-
document this horrible
Thanks,
moment.
Mom. Let's document this sickness.
Oh, you look so
Yeah.
cute in your polka dots.
Yeah, right.
You look like the fucking ferocious beast from Maggie and the ferocious beast.
Okay.
Anybody?
Did you guys ever have to stand in line to get your head checked for lice?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
At school?
once.
Oh yeah.
No.
Or like there was an outbreak and everyone's like, panic! And like the whole house had to be deep cleaned.
Oh yeah. No, I never had lice. I can't think of any of my siblings having lice either.
Same.
I feel like it happened in my house, but I don't remember. But I don't know. Or I just heard about it or something. I don't know. But it was definitely like a big topic of conversation when I was a kid. It's like, oh, lice, ooh. And my
Yeah.
mom would be like, don't try on hats at the store. And I'd be like, but I want to.
But I
And she'd be
want
like,
to try it
no,
on.
don't try on hats. Don't do any of
And then
that.
she'd buy your brother's hats.
Oh,
Do people
man.
still get lice?
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
they do.
Kids, dude. Kids get every gross thing.
Kids are gross,
and then they
man.
bring it on to everyone else. It's bullshit.
Exactly.
How do you get
Cancel kids.
lice?
Cancel kids. It's kind of
I
just
mean-
being dirty.
Yeah, I was like, it's like having fleas. It's
It's like you're
it's
just-
like you're dirty. You're in trash. You don't shower, and
Kids playing outside in the mud,
Yeah.
rolling around the
Yeah.
grass, you know.
yeah,
And then they don't, wash their hair, or they don't take a bath or whatever, and then they go to bed, and
yeah.
creepy crawlies, man.
I'm not sure that it ever happened to me. I don't think so, but I know like my sister and I think even my brother has had like ticks, from like playing in the grass and shit as a kid.
Yeah,
Like, and we would just burn them off.
there you go.
Never had
Yeah.
That's
ticks,
how you
but I've
do it.
had
Shit.
leeches. Leech
I
on
forgot
me.
to plug my computer in.
Ew,
Leeches?
Yeah.
Oh no, that shit will leave
Eric.
a mark. I mean, I guess ticks will too, but ticks are smaller.
Ticks
Oh!
can make you sick. Ticks can give you Lyme disease.
Yeah.
True.
Oh my
I
god.
didn't grow up in
Ugh,
the woods, so
leeches.
couldn't tell you.
Leeches.
Yeah,
Eric
that's
back
really
in the
gross.
cabin. Back where it all
No.
began with the leeches.
It was. Remember when we met up at that beach that one time? Me with your friends in Michigan.
Yes.
Jess. And
Yes.
we went to that like mucky river area of the lake.
Yes,
It was when we
that's
walked
when
through
you got
there.
a leech.
Yeah, I found leeches on me and my legs when we got out.
Oh my
Ugh.
god.
Gross, dude.
Did you see them?
I don't
I see
remember
them?
seeing them.
Or did they like burrow into your skin?
Nah,
How many
they
were
were small
on
ones.
you?
They just suck on the
Oh.
on
They're
your
like
blood.
little tiny ones all over face and
little
leg.
sticky vampires.
God. Oh,
Gross,
yuck.
dude.
We're never going there.
Gross.
Yeah.
Or at least not
Leeches,
that
ticks,
sketchy
mosquitoes.
That part was
Well, that
sketchy.
sketchy part had the clay though, and that clay is magic. So
I want
Magic
some
with
of your
leeches.
blood.
I want to.
A lot of bloodsuckers
A
out
lot
there.
of bloodsuckers.
a lot of blood
Watch out,
suckers.
guys. Not only do you have to worry about COVID, the flu, RSV, but now all the bloodsuckers, man. There's a lot of bloodsuckers out there. Just watch your blood, okay?
I mean, 2023 is all about health, right?
Yeah, 2023. It's all about health and blood sucking.
It's all about doing the same shit and expecting new results.
That's right.
Exactly. That's
Just
how
like
life
every year.
is. Yes. I told myself that I was going to get a gym membership today.
Nice.
Rough.
Is that your resolution?
Yes.
We haven't talked about our resolutions yet.
It's true.
What are
God.
your resolutions?
Just
I don't have
do better,
resolutions.
be better. Just stop being not good. Be better,
Okay.
do better. Do more, do better. Do more,
Papa
better.
John's.
Do better, more.
I would
There you
say mine is try to play as many shows as possible. Try.
Not even going to give yourself a number.
Yeah,
As many shows. Let's keep it
Look,
vague, folks.
last year I said I wanted to do 12, and I think I got 9. So,
Okay,
Pretty
well
good.
let's go for that solid 10.
yeah, just more shows than what I did this year. Try and release an actual full EP / release a full mix of just my own music.
Nice.
And then get a new job.
Well.
Damn, shots fired. You hear that, Michael
Cheers,
Schaub?
2023. Yeah. Fuck you.
Oh wow. Okay. Wow.
Oh, wow.
Nothing has
wow.
made me more aware that I need a job change than this holiday season.
The holidays.
I get that. I definitely get that.
Retail
Yeah.
is shit anyway, but I'm in a mall during the holidays.
Ooh.
It is not
Like
good.
busy,
God
busy.
awful.
It's super busy, and I can't get any fucking help, and it's trash.
Well, you're working nights, you're working weekends. It's
Yeah.
not the most ideal schedule.
My schedule's all over the place. People get sick this time of year, so then we got to fucking deal with that as well. And it's a whole fucking shit. It's a whole shit show that I don't want to deal with anymore. I'm tired
Totally.
of the retail life. So good riddance once it's
So
done.
what are you thinking about
Right on.
doing? Have you thought about it?
I'm
La música.
applying to some stuff. I actually almost got I almost got a job, but unfortunately it didn't work out.
Yeah.
And yeah, no big deal. No harm, no foul. But trying to.
Are you staying
figure it
in
out.
retail?
No, I'm trying very hard not to.
Yeah.
God, no.
I don't want to be in
God
retail
willing.
anymore. I'm so tired of it. I don't care about people's problems, and I don't care about the product that I sell.
Okay.
It's just I'm done with it. So here we go.
Goodbye.
2023, New Year, new me.
I'm ready to make that money, y'all.
That's right. Cassandra's
That's
got
nice.
an interview lined up, so good luck.
I got an interview
Oh hey
lined
where are you going?
up.
It's got a nice little ting to it.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. But it's a law firm, and it would just be working in the office, assisting, doing paperwork stuff. But I'd be making like 15 grand more than what I do now,
Nice.
doing pretty much what I already do now. So
Pop it on the docket.
it seems
Yeah.
legit. I'm all about, and I'm all about making more money because we're also about to move.
Yeah.
So
Are you
there's
now?
a lot. There's a lot of
There's a lot of
irons
things
in the
going on.
fire.
Whoa.
we're gonna
And they're
Ooh.
starting to burn because I cannot keep up.
We're gonna be city kids again.
What does that mean?
Kids.
We're gonna move
Maybe,
closer to the city.
maybe
Probably gonna be city kids again. How about that?
it's possible
Mhm.
we might get an apartment kind of more in the city, kind of like the old days.
Yeah.
Walk into
Okay.
places, walk into bars.
But it's gonna still be like, as far as size goes, about what we have now.
Totally.
Yeah.
We're just gonna pay the extra amount of money to, like, 'cause I don't want to
Live closer.
sacrifice space.
There
Yeah.
you go.
So
Wow.
Should be good.
Look
Should
Yeah.
be
at
good.
you guys.
It's gonna be a lot though.
moving on up.
Man.
Yeah, so we got big goals for Q3.
You
That's right.
really do.
Big,
Holy
big,
shit.
It must
Bubble
be
butt
nice
goals.
to have a partner. I can't even
Yeah.
afford to live alone.
Well, get out there, man.
Go move in with Rico and his kid.
No, that's
Get a studio.
Yeah, get a
You
studio.
can get
man.
something
That's
small.
funny.
You seriously can't afford a 1-bedroom in Grand Rapids?
No.
I'm sorry, Rapido Grande.
What about a studio? Although moving into a studio is just not worth it. It's like I'd rather
Yeah,
just live at
studios
home.
here are
I would
shitty.
rather
They're
live
like-
I would rather
studio.
live in
Yeah.
a studio.
I would
No,
live
they're
with
like-
Cassandra in a studio.
My own
before I
place
moved home.
for
literally attics, like someone's attic. That's the studio. For
Yeah, fair
$900.
That makes sense.
$1,000.
No, that makes sense because it's Grand Rapids, so there's probably not a lot of like housing, like apartment complexes and shit like that.
They're apartments, but they're not studios. They're
Right.
1 and 2
So
bedrooms.
how much is it for a
3
one
bedrooms.
bedroom?
If I go shitty part of town or outside of town, 1,200. Closer to
That's
the city.
about what we had when we. But I guess it was
Yeah.
both of us.
It was both of us.
But that's like if I'm commuting.
I mean,
If
right
I'm,
now,
like in the city, if I'm like where I am now, probably for 1 bedroom, 1,600.
Yeah.
that's about what I mean. We're looking to, like our top end is like 2,300. So
But I would
okay.
like
I mean, that's
I
our
could
tippy
find
top
place.
end.
I
Like,
could find like a place for 1,200, which I could probably swing like by myself, and it wouldn't be huge, and it wouldn't have probably in-unit laundry. It might not even have a dishwasher,
Yeah.
Mhm.
So there's a lot you have to sacrifice for going, cheaper. But
Mhm.
I don't know. Here's the thing. It never seems feasible until you start looking at it, and then all of a sudden, like, we never thought we'd be able to afford a place like we have now. Like, we have a lot of space, and it just really worked out for us. So,
Yeah.
but we also, like, have been working to save up and working to, get new jobs and be making more money to
mean,
be
we
able
make-
to do these things.
We make decent money. Like,
We make decent money, but we also, there's a lot that comes with that too, on top of it all. Like,
Yeah.
you have to cover shifts all the time. I have to work on days off when I put in my PTO, but I'm still working, or I'm sick. Like,
I'm
There's
making
a lot that goes into
$6
it.
more than I was last year, and I can't afford to do less.
well, how does that make sense? What are you paying for? What are your bills?
I have the necessities: Hulu, Netflix,
The
PlayStation.
necessities. Gotta get my
Not-
streaming in. Gotta get my streaming first.
You
in.
gotta.
No,
have
not
your
like
Netflix,
car
yeah.
insurance.
Yeah,
Or
exactly.
health
Look, you can't forget
insurance.
about your worries and your strife if you don't have Netflix and Hulu. All right.
That's true.
He's right.
God, for real, love
cell
it.
phone. While we're on the topic, cell
Love it.
phone. I got to pay for that. Then car payment, car insurance.
Fair enough. How much is your car? I mean, never mind. Let's not get into that weed. To those weeds. Yeah, that's. I mean,
Eric,
yeah.
I mean,
it's
like,
tough.
if it helps, I understand. Like, I totally understand your pain. And I feel like a lot of people do too.
Yeah, and
mainly,
like I don't want to.
single
Like
people.
I could move out on my own, struggle to afford a place, but I don't want to do that anymore. Tired of
Yeah.
struggling.
Yeah.
Right.
But you could start saving up now
I
while
have been.
while
I
you
am.
have, and soon, I don't know how long you have on your car payment, but
You just
those
bought it.
aren't okay. Well, hey, you have a
Yeah.
reliable vehicle, so that's nice.
At least you have a reliable vehicle.
less money on repairs and shit. That makes a big
True.
difference.
And less money on gas. Whole lot less money on gas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it takes time, dude. Like, it takes so much fucking time to save any amount of money, especially considering that life happens. Expenses pop up out of nowhere. Your car breaks down. Whatever. You have to spend money to park at the airport to go trip. Like, whatever. Just shit comes up that can be unexpected or planned, and it's just really fucking hard to save.
Yep.
Yeah.
The second you start saving for something, something else pops up, and it sucks.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how people get houses. I literally don't know how people buy houses. It is
I mean,
so unbelievable
they
to me.
they get loans, to do that.
Right, you get a
Yeah,
loan,
but
but
you
you
have to
still
have
have to
credit
put 10%
to get a loan.
down,
Yeah.
and you still have to
Yeah,
put 10,
exactly.
a lot of times at least 10% to even get the loan to begin with. So you're talking, if it's
That's 30, 40K,
you're
dude.
looking at 30, 40K
Yeah.
that you have saved up. It's ready to go.
Yeah.
That's
I
really
know.
hard to just save up.
Boy, if I ever had 30 or 40K at one time, man.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like,
If I had 30, 40K, we'd be looking at houses to move into, straight
yeah,
up.
Right.
exactly.
Like,
It's.
I would
yeah.
love to own a house.
I'm not saying
especially
it's
here in Denver.
impossible, but it's very difficult.
I mean,
To
and also when you get a house, you ask your parents for money too. I mean, that's the whole thing, and that's
If
what
they
a lot
have
of
it.
right, and that's what like a lot of banks bank on too.
I
Yeah, I
have
mean,
never
a lot of
heard that
people are
before in
getting.
my life. I didn't
A
know
lot
that
of
was
people
a thing.
get co-signers. Oh yeah, a lot of people get co-signers on.
I can
houses.
ask my parents to help me buy a house.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a big thing, like generationally though. Like our generation is. That's why they think of like millennials as these big mooch, lazy that don't work.
Meanwhile, they
Your
bought their
parents give
houses
you
for
everything.
$75,000.
Yeah. And it's like, of course we need help because, like, the way the economy is set up for us now, it's impossible. Like, it's impossible to try and save any money. It's impossible to try and move up and, attain the things you want to attain to get some sort of small sliver of wealth, I don't know, man. It's very hard work. And I don't think people definitely don't understand it because it's not something our society teaches. It's like a big secret.
Yeah.
How to manage your finances. It's the biggest fucking secret that our country keeps, and it's so wild to me because if everyone knew how to play the game, our economy would be booming. But so many people struggle because nobody has the information they need or knowledge because we don't have access to it. I mean,
Yeah.
that's not true. We do have access, but it's not something, I guess, in the school curriculums, which I find very ridiculous. Like, why is that not? We live in a capitalist society, and you're not going to teach about capitalism and loans and credit and all the shit. Like, seriously?
No,
So
because-
now we have to just go fend for ourselves?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
because in a capitalist society, there has to be losers. And if you went to public school, you're a loser.
More than likely, most of the
Sure.
time.
But I went to a private school, and we still didn't have that. We did not have any finance thing. We did not have any sort of class that taught you about that. College, I don't remember college having any sort of elective. You could, I guess, take it if you're like, studying finance or something, but
You are right. However, private schools typically, not always, but in a lot of cases, have more connections to that world, to like people who are already wealthy.
well, most
You know
of the
what I
time
mean?
the children have parents who are very much in the know of the game and have that knowledge because they were brought up in, it's like a cycle. So they teach their kids that, not only do the schools not teach it, but parents sometimes might not also have that knowledge in order to teach it. In private schools, yes, you're correct. There are more people who do have that knowledge who can pass it on to their kids. But even me going to private school, my family was well off, but I wouldn't say I was on the same tier as the people I went to high school with. Like the people I went to high school with had like doctors and lawyers for parents who, had accountants, like personal accountants that would figure out, personal financiers or whatever. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right. and
Now
that's
that
what
you
I'm
say
saying,
that,
though.
We actually did have a class that, well, it was part of another class. It was civics and
What?
economics. It was mostly about civics and like laws and stuff, but there was a 2-week period of economics and finances and stuff like that. But I think
See,
you have to
that
take
class
it.
wasn't required until after I graduated.
Oh, really? We had to take economics, but there was no civics class. I mean, I
Yeah,
took
same.
there was a intro to law class when I was in high school. I took it as an elective.
What?
Yeah, it was like it was like business law and that sort of thing. It's actually a pretty cool class. But at the time, I thought that I thought I was going to go into like sports agency, and you have to like know some sort of like you have
Business.
to take law classes and stuff to be an agent. So that was my thinking was, oh, I'll get a head start. But then I ended up not doing that.
Do you ever think about going back to school?
No,
No, never,
zero chance I go back to
never
college.
again.
Zero chance. I already have loans that I can't pay. I'm going to add to it. I don't think so.
Okay.
If
I toyed
if
around with the idea
college
of going
became
part-time.
free, that would be a different story.
Even if it became free, I would still struggle because my problem with school wasn't that I didn't enjoy necessarily like going to classes and things. I just didn't want to do school outside of school. Like the other
Gotcha.
day when you asked me, do you remember homework? And I laughed because I was like, no, I never did homework. Like homework, like I would get what I got. Like I would do it as in class. Like I would do as much in class as possible. And then that's what I would turn it. That was me doing homework.
I don't think that's how that works, Michael.
That's more effort than I gave it. I would half-ass try in class, and then whatever I got done, that's what I would turn in. And most of the time, I wouldn't even get anything
Man,
done in class.
If college was free, I would go back to college for sure because you can pick what you take, and I really loved school. I was kind of, I guess, a nerd in that way, but it was also just like being in private school. You're kind of like brought up in that sense of like being disciplined with schoolwork and stuff. I don't know. It was always a thing, at least for me. And I think it also was just my parents were always like very adamant about school. And
Well, if you
getting
went
into
back, what would you go
college
back
and-
for?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know because I didn't even know the first time. Like I'm so indecisive. But I would probably just go and either redo like the same program that I did or like, try and do it at a more advanced level. But it's just been so long since I've dabbled in that area of like TV production that I just don't feel like I have any of those skills anymore. And I was such a beginner even in school. So I don't know. I would love to just go back almost and just take it more seriously and actually put in more effort and like be more, I guess, aggressive about finding jobs and internships and more into what I want to be doing.
There's so
But I was
many
very
things.
into the social aspect of college.
So many things I look back on now as a 32-year-old man that I wish I would have took more seriously when I was in them at the time. Almost everything I did.
For sure.
Oh, I
wish
mean, I
took more
think about
serious.
I think about like my last basically 2 semesters in college and just go, I didn't do anything. I literally didn't do a goddamn thing. I went to class when I felt like it. Like there was probably it would have been my last semester. What the fuck's that noise?
My bubbles.
Oh. I was like, I thought we were getting static. I was like, what's going on?
Pretty good.
Not bad. I need to sample that actually. That'd be a good rise. Anyway, so yeah, like I remember it would have been around actually the second semester after we met. I took a humanities class and I got a C+ in the class. And at the end of the semester, it's they would tell you your class attendance percentage. I was under 50%.
I had a class where I just completely skipped the final. It was a presentation. Like we had to come up with the whole presentation. I skipped it. I made a video for my presentation. I had it done. I just skipped it and I emailed it to my teacher. Not saying anything. I just emailed her my
And they
video
said,
with
"Fuck
no.
yourself."
Yeah, I 100% failed that class.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh God, that's the thing. If I put effort into something, I was like, I'm going to present it. I took
didn't put effort into it. It was.
I mean, you put a little bit in it. You said you got it done. That's something.
I got it done, but it was so bad I'd rather not go than show it.
I remember walking into a class and this kid comes up to me and I didn't know this kid and he goes, "Hey, our project is due today." I was like, "What?" And we like it was hip hop history and we like bullshitted and like luckily we got like it was about like live live instruments within hip hop. So I was like, "Oh, cool. We'll just bring up the roots and fucking kids these days, and that'll be perfect." That's exactly what we did. And we got like a B.
Nice. Look at that.
Yeah.
If I could go back to school, I would probably go to law school and do either intellectual law or entertainment law.
Do you know how much paperwork is in law?
Yes,
It's more
I do.
paperwork than anything.
I
You know how
know, but
fun
they make a lot
paperwork
more
is?
money.
Yeah, that's true. Not to change the subject, but look how fat this fucking blunt is.
Nice. I mean, if I had known that I'd be alone forever, I would definitely have gone into a industry that actually makes money. That's what I would do.
Well, Jess, you may not be alone
Being
forever.
alone
Calm
forever
down.
is-
Jesus Christ.
Definitely going to be alone forever.
You're 30 years old, Jess. Quit acting like you're fucking 65, 70.
And
You know
what's
what I mean?
No,
okay? Well,
I
that's
know
when.
what she's saying. I know what she's saying because I have the same feeling about myself. When you know, you know.
Thank you.
My
He
mom
gets it.
just got married this past summer, and she is in her 60s.
Yeah,
And
but she's
she-
been married before too.
Yes, but
Yeah, and it
she was also
Yeah,
and it
but-
also she
It's
was
happened.
she was on her own for a really really long time, and she would say the same thing. She's like, I'm just like, you know, like I don't need anyone. I'm, you know. And
I
then
didn't
she
say I didn't
found-
need anyone. I'm saying I know no one needs me.
Well, that's just
Well-
not true.
I mean, we're here. I mean, I'm not going to please you sexually, but, you know.
Okay.
Yeah,
what
well,
I
thank you,
became
Michael.
your friend for, Michael. Why do you think I hang around still? The hope that one day.
I get it.
Hot
I mean,
commodity.
I like that
I got a
idea.
pretty good dick.
Oh, Michael.
Who told you
It's that
that?
ass, baby.
Yeah. There's
Maybe.
nothing wrong with being alone. I just wish I had more money.
I wish
That's
I had
all.
more money.
I was going to say, I'm in a couple and I wish I had more money. What are you talking about?
Well, I feel like you guys can sort of rely on each other, and you've been together for a while. Where I mean, like, are things like finances intertwined
Definitely.
yet? Okay,
I mean,
so
we don't have like
no,
a shared bank
no,
account.
our
if that's what
finances
you're
aren't
asking.
intertwined, but yes, we do
Oh.
help each other out if we need it.
well, yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
Which is
Like,
nice.
okay, for example, I have COVID, but before when I had food poisoning, like I was just like fucking miserable because I was like, God damn it, like I don't have anybody to fucking take care of me. It's got to be me all the time. So that's what I
It
mean.
makes you a
Well-
stronger person, though.
I'll say this, Jess. We both got sick at the same time. Do you think there was a whole lot of, hey, let me get this for you? Hey,
No.
we were both sick.
It was the
so-
opposite. It was like, no, you fucking do it. No, you
Oh.
fucking do it. Like,
Yeah, so
it's not all peaches and cream, man.
yeah,
Like,
you're romanticizing
yes.
romanticism.
yes.
Well, how can I not?
Romanticizing romance. Well, I think that's a big problem with our society. And, like, my single friends, I always, like, hear things from them,
My
too,
single
like,
friends.
with dating and
Ouch.
stuff. And one of my and one of my friends is a matchmaker, and she has so many stories of people and like what they
Like,
want in
as
a
her job?
relationship. Yes.
Yeah, that's her job.
Was she
And
matched me
That's
with
actually
someone?
really fucking cool. Yeah.
Moved
Yeah,
Denver.
Eric, if you want, she'll interview you for sure.
Yeah.
And it's she like they have kind of branches across the country, I think. So she started in
Oh.
Chicago. and they have one here. So yeah, if you guys are interested, I'll hook you up. But
I'm interested.
I am
yeah, folks
willing
listening,
to travel.
let me know. I'll hook you up with a matchmaker if you're looking for love.
Looking for love in all the wrong places.
But I think people forget that, like, people are people. And we watch these, like, rom-coms and Disney movies and princesses. And
Right.
it's all this
and
fantasy bullshit about what love should be. And so the expectations are way out of proportion on both sides, you know?
Slipknot
and
said it best.
I think that is a big problem why people, one, don't want to commit. I think that's a big issue that people encounter is, you know, one person is just like too scared to commit or whatever it is. And I don't know. And I get it. Like, I don't really fucking like commitment either, which is kind of ironic for me to say, but it's true. Like, I couldn't even make a decision on what I wanted to major in. And finally they're like, you have to pick something, otherwise you won't graduate. I'm like,
Well, there's different levels of commitment. Like I can commit to people, but I can't commit to ideas or
What?
like
yeah, but I don't even like.
I can't set like a goal, a plan in my head, commit to it, the idea. Because the more I think about it, I start to hate the idea, and I don't like the idea anymore. So I have to go with the flow. I don't have an option.
That sounds like you mentally stopping yourself or self-sabotaging. Perhaps.
I also am like
Yes.
I'm a little confused about what that has to do with a relationship. That's more about you than a relationship.
because
Well,
he's
she's talking
saying he
about
can
commitments.
connect more or commit more to people.
I guess I'm confused.
My resolution
Dead
for
air.
2023 is to meet my soulmate.
See that right there,
Hey.
soulmate.
Yeah, is that a thing? We don't know.
And also, like,
I believe in it.
I think you can have multiple soulmates. There's not just one fucking person in the whole fucking 8 billion people world.
That's right. We're polyamory.
I
I
agree
don't know
with
if you guys
that.
knew this.
Yeah. Swing, orgy life. It's good stuff. Keeps it fresh. Keeps it
You
fresh.
guys do? Really? You're open?
No, not at all.
I was like, what?
I mean, you say it like it's not a possible thing.
No, I mean,
could
if for
very
some
well be.
people it is, but it isn't for us. Like, yeah,
oh,
We're pretty.
gotcha,
We're
okay.
very basic people.
yeah.
What
Very
we're saying
basic.
is it's okay if you are. We would still
Pretty
be your
vanilla.
Yeah.
No chocolate
Yeah.
over here. You know, if you catch my
It's
drift.
not allowed. You wouldn't let me have it for
Ew.
Christmas. That was I was like, please for Christmas, please. It's like, no, no chocolate in the bedroom. I told you. I'm like,
That's right.
please.
'Cause you know what they say.
And then I opened up a Hershey bar on Christmas.
Once you go chocolate, you never go back.
Wink, wink, wink. So, okay. Well, then I guess now a time as good as any. I guess I'm going to do 2023 with the real me. And I am coming out to you guys right now as asexual. So, hello. That's me.
All right, asexual. Okay.
Yes.
What makes you think you're asexual? I'm just curious. Or what makes you feel asexual? I'm sorry.
Well, asexuals have no interest in sex or physical intimacy, and that is the only thing that has really felt real to me. Asexuals in itself is like a spectrum. Like, asexuals can sometimes enjoy sex or sometimes really hate it. Like, it's all different kinds. And then there are other people who are other asexuals that feel romance, but they don't feel the need to be physical about it. So, like, I forgot what those are called, like romanticism asexuals or something like that. So that's really the only thing that has felt right with my situation, and I really wish that I could be someone who wants to fuck all the time, but that's just not me. It never has been.
I mean, yeah.
Jess,
Nobody.
That's
If anybody wants
too
to
far.
fuck all the time, that's a problem.
I can't be your friend
don't mean-
anymore.
I don't mean, you know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
I can't accept that.
Okay, well,
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I was like,
Obviously.
okay, well, you don't have to.
I don't get it because I like coming a lot, but you know.
Yeah. So I mean, that's just kind of So, hello, everyone.
I think your sexual like activities, or that's not the right word, but like your sexual impulses are like on a spectrum too. You know,
Yes.
like just like your moods and personality. Like you're not just one thing. Like it's very fluid. And I think it's the same with like sexuality in that sense of sex. Like I don't know. There's levels to it, you know?
Well, so one
Okay.
of the girls that I work with, sorry. She's non-binary. They are non-binary. I keep fucking up, but they are
Non-binary.
they are non-binary. So
Can't even say it right.
they were talking about how, you know, they don't, like, there are times where they feel masculine and times where they feel feminine. And I was like, I actually understand that. Like, there are definitely times where you are more masculine or more feminine, depending on the situation or what you're doing. And
Well,
the fact
masculine and feminine doesn't mean male and female. Like,
and
there's
but that's exactly the point. Is
It's energy.
it's energy, right? And when people try and go, well, I'm a man, so I got to be masculine. Well, have you ever looked at a dog and thought that dog is cute?
Every dog.
Then that's like a feminine type of energy. That's
But
not
that's also
necessarily that's
conditioning,
not a
too.
masculine, like, you know what I mean?
That's societal conditioning, because we're told to be either men or women, first of all, and then we're told if you're a man you have to be like this, and if you're a woman you have to be like this, and it goes with both looks, behaviors, like, you know, you
I
have
think
to
it
be
came
manly
from somewhere
and
though,
strong.
because naturally men produce more testosterone, which is aggressive, and
Well, okay, because
That type
men
of
used to go
behavior.
out and be hunters, and women would stay home and make the clothes, and, you know,
but I mean,
tend
just
to the home
genetically,
and
like,
tend to the domestic part
testicles
of it.
produce testosterone. So even if, like, it was just natural for a man to go out and want to kill something, you know?
Do you know that women technically have more testosterone in their system than estrogen? Most of the
Proof.
time.
Is that right?
I need proof.
Most of the time.
You ever seen a woman mad at you?
Never.
Scarier than a man at you, I'll tell you that.
That is actually very
That's
true.
true, but that's
Ladies
also because
love me.
I have, like, you know, instilled in me not to hit a woman, whereas a man, I can fucking let
But
loose.
men have a short fuse. Women, it takes a lot for them to
It's like
finally
brewing.
snap. Yes.
Yes.
And when they snap, they unleash, and there's no
Yes.
filter, there's no harness. They are unleashed, and you better just get out the fuck way, because they coming. But men, women sit there and they sit and they kind of ruminate in it a bit before they unleash. So they like plan it out. They have a thought process behind it. Men,
They're leveling
short
up. They're
fused and they just
building
act
up.
on impulse.
But
Yes,
that's also
but
because
men
men
act
are
on
really
impulse.
stupid. Yes.
That's what I'm saying. They're stupid. So the minute they get angry, they just act on emotion.
Yes.
And they don't think it through. And all of a sudden, they're in a fist fight, getting their ass beat because they
Right.
thought they could take this fucking dude or
Right,
whatever.
right. Oh,
Not all men.
110%.
No, but
not
that's
all
the
men,
impulse.
But I
I'm
have yet
joking.
to meet a man with deep thought that I have yet to have thought. You know what I mean? Like, I have yet to be
Fair enough.
wowed.
Well, you're just
But,
meeting
so is
some
that-
shitty dudes.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. Okay. Well, good. I feel a lot better now. Thanks, guys. If you don't accept me, go fuck yourself. That's all I have to say.
No, I understood everything you're saying. I researched it not too long ago. Asexual and all that.
Did it feel like it was something that resonated within you?
Kinda, somewhat.
Did it
but
make sense?
Not
And
fully.
then I jerked off, and I was like, actually, no.
I don't know. Like, I don't know. Maybe someone said it earlier about it being like fluid. Like maybe at some points I could identify as that, but not all the time. Like periods.
Okay. I mean,
Speaking
Yeah.
of periods, hold on, I have the facts right here. So, estrogen is considered the dominant sex steroid in women, but testosterone levels are typically higher, except in certain phases of the menstrual cycle, which is when they're very, very close and similar.
okay.
So they're more
So-
balanced, is what you're
PMS.
saying. We're just unevenly testosterone and women are more balanced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At
That's
certain
what it
times
sounds
of
like.
the month, yes.
Precisely.
Did you know that the uterus can grow 3 times its size when we are menstruating? Did you know that?
Hate that fact. Hate it.
3
Absolutely
That's fun.
abhor.
times. Why do you
What is
think
this, the
we all...
Grinch?
I
The
wish,
Grinch
my
is
dick,
hard?
I wish my
No.
dick would grow 3 times the size.
Don't we all? Don't we all?
Oh, get it. Cassandra, if I could high five you right now. There you go. No, yeah. I was watching a YouTube, or not YouTube, an Instagram video of that, and I was like, no shit, no wonder why I feel like I'm going to die. Like, ugh, terrible. Terrible. And like, I also heard that menstrual cramps pain level can be like same level as a heart attack or some shit like that.
I believe that. I believe that for sure.
I saw
I
a
can't.
one the other day that was like, I was like, you want to know how I know that getting hit in the balls is worse than having a child? Because you never hear a man ask for another.
Okay. I don't know about that.
LOL. Haha.
I don't actually think that's true, Jess. I just thought it is
He does.
it is a funny observation
He
to
does.
think.
He's been telling that joke for a month straight.
I haven't.
Hey,
That's not
he's
true.
like, hey,
That's only the second time I've ever said
I
that
think
joke.
this is facts, but it's also a good joke.
Okay, let me tell you something. So my sister gave birth last week, one week ago.
How many does she have?
She's got 4 now, 4
Jesus
little
Christ.
boys.
I'm not getting kicked in the balls 4 times. I'll tell you that.
So this child, she did not have an epidural, and she said that she was screaming like embarrassingly. She was like, I was so embarrassed afterwards because of how much pain she was in. She said that it felt
Fuck
like
that.
someone was sawing off her legs. That's what she said it felt like.
That's awful, and she's trying to apologize for like expressing that. That's so
And that's
awful
what I
that
told
she
her. I
felt
was like,
that.
I was like, do not. I was like, Des, you did
No.
this without medicine, like for the very first time.
Yeah,
Like,
that's heroic.
that's how it's
dude.
supposed to be. Yeah.
And also, what did she have a choice? Was that her choice to
No,
not do that?
she actually did
she
not
went
have
to
a
labor
choice this
kind of
time.
too soon.
Yeah, very quickly. She gave birth within 30 minutes of them arriving at the hospital.
Is the baby okay and everything? Was it
Oh yeah,
premature or
yeah.
anything?
Oh,
that's
he's
good. Okay.
They are doing just fine.
That's
It was
good.
just so quick, and they also said that if she does have another child after this, it will be even quicker. So
Wow.
They actually.
So
didn't
there you
have
go,
time.
folks. The more you
Yeah.
have, the quicker they come out.
That's right.
Exactly.
They
Get
just
to number
slide right out
7,
of
number
there at that
8.
point.
Ooh, lucky number 10.
Apparently they do. He did just slide out, but she didn't have any medicine. She said it was the most worst
Did-
pain imaginable.
Did she feel the pain after giving birth as well? Like, did it linger at all? Or, like, once he was out, was it just like, oh, all right.
Good question.
Good question.
I mean,
Good question.
you're definitely you're sore afterwards. Like she is still sore,
I mean, I'm sure you're sore. You just had a
I'm hurt
human
just
come out
thinking
of your
about
body.
right?
There's no
Yeah,
way you're not
yeah.
sore. I'm just curious, like, did that, like, same amount of, like, searing pain, like, linger? Or was it just, like, a soreness?
Yeah, you're still
No,
dealing with
I-
the ripped taint, so you're
Right,
gonna
In
be
some
exactly.
cases, not always.
not always.
I mean,
but-
obviously
But, like,
she's
the
not
feeling
screaming
of
still.
her legs being
but-
sawed off, does that linger
Yeah.
on, or
No. No. That went away. I guess she got meds afterwards.
That's,
I mean,
oh my God, I can't.
yeah,
I
they've
can't
done a
even-
lot of wonders, when it comes to childbirth and all that fun
Well, it's
stuff.
so much
But
safer now than it ever has
Yeah.
been. Like,
I mean, women used
Yeah.
to die.
yeah, not
Oh,
only
yeah.
women used to die, but they would just tell you, bite down on this belt.
yeah, right.
like
Oh,
fuck
yeah.
that.
But yet
he
people
came
still
out so
choose to
fast
do
that
that.
his face was all blue.
Oh,
He
wow,
bruised
yeah.
himself coming out.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, my
That's-
brother's
that
gonna be
happens.
having a kid, and it's interesting. I guess. Well, there's maybe a small issue they're not sure of yet, but it's looking like they might have to do this is kind of heavy. Sorry, like open heart surgery right out of the womb because it
Oh.
looks like they're not 100% sure because it's still early. But it looks like the heart's growing on the right side instead of the left, and they gotta go in and fix that right away if
Yeah.
that's the case.
Oh shit.
So
That is heavy duty, but at least, the baby will be in the right place.
yeah.
Also, the fact that they can like
They can do that.
detect that already,
Yes.
and then and then be prepared to do that.
Yeah,
That is
It's incredible.
amazing.
it's incredible.
It
That's
is
amazing,
amazing.
because it's probably like a standard procedure that they've done several times,
Yeah,
Right.
I mean,
and it
happens all the time.
but it's so much different than having a surprise, oh no, we have to do this unexpected thing now, and everyone's rushing. I don't know. I don't know. I guess I'm a planner, so I'm just okay, at least we can plan for this.
Yeah, no, that's good. Or
How do you-
finding out when they're 3 years old and they just drop dead because they're
Right,
what the
right.
fuck just happened,
Oh God,
Yeah.
yeah.
How do you perform open heart surgery on a newborn, though?
You do it.
Like,
There's a way.
I
Just
mean,
like CPR, you do it a little different, but it's
they're
pretty much
already
similar.
so fucking small. Jesus Christ.
But
I mean the healing's
do
gonna
you-
be really quick too.
Yeah,
put
exactly.
them. Do you put them under? Do you put
You
them
can.
down?
There's no way they can.
Yeah,
right?
but wouldn't
Like,
they be
'cause-
kicking and fidgeting the entire time if you don't?
Oh God, I don't know, man. I don't know how they do. I
Maybe
don't
it's
even-
a different
I'm
under.
obviously very, very much hoping that that's not the case, and I don't have to find any of this out because
Yeah, I'm hoping not
it's-
either.
There's
but
probably an entire team that has to
I'm
hold the
curious
baby
now.
down,
They strap
or
it down.
maybe they strap it down. I don't know, but
There's
yeah,
not much
I
they
mean-
even have to really cut through too because it's all still so new and
I'll say
You know what I
this:
mean?
you're a baby, so it's you're not ever gonna remember that.
It's
You're
still
not gonna
gonna
know that
be-
pain. Obviously, the baby's gonna be screaming bloody murder, but
I do think that there is a trauma that will, you'll
carry on with
you know
that
what
for
I mean?
sure.
You'll know. You'll have a scar, or everybody will tell you at some point, hey, you fucking almost didn't make it. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
that's traumatizing as well to think about, because then you're thinking about your own mortality and I wouldn't even exist. There's so many things that is just so. That could be so traumatizing for a kid growing up, knowing anything like that. I feel like.
yeah, but you also didn't as a newborn, you're not really conscious of life necessarily. You're conscious of your physical body and nerves and pain sensations, but nobody remembers any memories from when they're a newborn baby. So
But what if
to
something
me,
so
it's
traumatizing happens, it forces your memory to kick in?
I mean, it's not going to stay as a memory. It's going to stay as a muscle memory. It might stay as something else, but it's not going to stay as I remember when I got my heart cut open. Your body will figure out another way to feel it. So maybe she
Can
just
never
has a hard
use
time falling
handcuffs.
asleep or something.
I believe that your body. I mean, your body and mind are connected, and
Yeah.
there is going to be. I mean, yeah, it might just be a bodily trauma, but maybe their mind and their subconscious will have some sort of inadvertent fear of things just because they
Right.
went through this traumatic. Their body went through this traumatic thing.
But is your brain even like developed enough to even have like a subconscious and a memory and
Right,
spaces
exactly.
for that?
I agree with what you're saying there, but like it's hard to know for sure if we do or not. You know what I mean? Like when do you remember having thoughts? You know what I mean? Like it's kind of
What
hard to.
I don't know. I think about that frequently. What was my first thought?
Yeah.
Or memory. People always ask that. What's your first memory? Like, I honestly couldn't tell you. I really couldn't tell you.
I think it's
Yeah,
hard
like-
to know a first memory. I don't know. Cassandra,
All
do you
like
have one?
childhood stuff blends together. It's hard to like know
Right.
which one was first.
And also,
Yeah.
memory is so much of like what you have been told and retelling that memory so many times. Like, so much gets distorted in that. It's like playing telephone. It's
Right.
like so much
You're playing
of that.
telephone with yourself.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So like your memory is so distorted at a certain point, especially the older you get and the older the memory becomes. It's like there's so many, like I feel like my brain, I like push out certain information because I need to let in room for new stuff. Like
Right.
I will be thinking about like old like high school classmates or something and I can't remember like their last name. And like it's not like I had a ton, like I was in a class of like 75 students. So like
Oh,
everyone knew
shit.
everyone.
Yeah.
And there are people that I'm like, wait, what's their fucking last name? Especially because now on social media, they all got married, so their names have changed.
Right.
So I'm thinking of like the maiden name. I'm like, what is? And I can't remember. And then I'm like, oh shit, like, oh God, I'm losing my memory. But no, I'm just so much new shit has happened in my life since then. So many new people have come into my life since then that it's so hard to remember all those things. But then, you know, at a random time in the middle of some random day, you're like, oh yeah, it's that. And you think
Right.
about, oh, that's the last name. Oh, that's what I was trying to remember. And it comes to you, but it's like, you know, days later or something.
I think
weird.
there's a name for that. I can't think of it right now.
I've had people add me on Facebook or whatever, and I'm like, who in the fuck is this person? Like, nothing about them is recognizable to me. Like, you know, it's usually like they have 2 or 3 kids, they're married, and then, yeah, like
Those are
you said,
bots,
it'll
Michael.
be like a
The
fucking
fake profiles.
no, it'll be like a day later, and I'll be like, oh, it's this fucking person that I haven't talked to since like sophomore year of high school. Why the fuck are they adding me? That's weird. Like, I'm just gonna reject, but you know, it's
You
still
know what
like,
else
god
is weird?
damn, like, the fuck happened?
I got
Using
my
Facebook
Facebook
still?
sophomore year of high school.
Really?
You what? Hold on, say that again.
I got my
Eric,
Facebook
you were around when
sophomore year of
Facebook-
high school.
No, you were around when Facebook came out and you had to have a college account. That's
Yeah.
how old
No,
you
it
are.
was right after. It's like the
That's
year
an age
after
joke.
when they opened it up to. I used to have to be invited when I got in. I had to be invited by someone, and that's
Oh,
how I
really?
joined.
My
Yeah.
sister had
Oh,
it because she was
wow.
in college when it came out, and so she
Yeah.
had the college email .edu, and she was able to have a Facebook, and so I remember her having one and being like, "What?" And it's like it's just for college kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember going. I used to go to a basketball camp at a college every summer, and there was like my last one that I went to. All the college kids were like getting on their like the counselors and shit were getting on their
Getting
Facebooks.
busy with it.
And we were all like, "What the fuck is this? This is crazy!" And then we were like, "Do you have MySpace?"
Yeah, I know, right?
Yep.
Like a freshman kid in high school. You got MySpace? To like this
Yeah.
fucking 23-year-old dude.
MySpace was so legit, dude. Dude,
Yeah,
that
it
like
was.
coding was initiated with MySpace.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Like our generation
I mean,
was like coding.
Zanga.
Zanga.
Yeah,
I never
totally.
had a Zanga.
But
You
both,
fucking old
they were
bitch.
both similar. You would go into the code sheet and type in certain stuff to add stuff to your profile. I would do
True.
that all the time.
Technically, you could even do some coding in your away messages on
Yes.
AIM.
Yep. Yep.
Oh my god, do you
You
remember
could.
those websites that you would have to go and find for a new background? And
Yes. Yes.
Just like
Badassbuddy.com.
MySpace, MySpaceBackground.com.
yeah,
Loved
right.
it.
Oh,
Loved it.
yeah.
Oh my god.
You
I
guys
always
remember-
had
Where's
something
my
super
MySpace?
stupid.
You guys remember Playlist.com? And you would put your you could put
Your
like
song.
you could put any amount of songs on there though. Like MySpace had like their own like playlist generator, but you could code the Playlist.com generator into your MySpace page and just have an endless amount of songs.
MySpace is
Oh,
still a
that's
thing.
badass. I didn't know that.
It's not as good.
I was
though. It's
pretty
way
fucking cool
different.
back in the day, Jess.
Well, isn't MySpace now for
Lots
like
of Linkin
fans?
Park.
Yeah. Oh my god! I used to like the backgrounds that I would have were really stupid, like just emo, pink
Yeah, same.
So stupid.
bows with skulls and
My grass
Lots
is
of
emo.
black
It
and
cuts
hot
itself.
pink, black
Yeah.
and
Oh,
Black
mine
and
was
silver.
definitely like
red, black and
beach
dark blue.
vibes.
Oh, mine
I was like, California living, baby.
Mine was like dark with skulls.
Mine was like
Yeah.
a California sunset.
It'd be like a
the
murder
beach.
scene.
I had Phantom Planet playing when you opened my
oh
page.
fuck
Oh, hell
yeah,
The OC,
Phantom Planet.
OC theme song.
I always
I'm
had.
pretty sure I had Phantom Planet at one point.
California.
I always just put on whatever like track I was like really into at the time, and
Yeah,
it's usually a hardcore. Like I think my first one was Ohio is for Lovers, to be honest with you. Hawthorne Heights, baby.
I would go to all my crushes' MySpaces and see what they would have playing as their song when you like get to their MySpace, and I'd be like, "Oh my god, we like the same song! Oh my god!"
and then they never, and then you never
We're
speak
meant
to
to
them.
I never speak to them, and they'd be
All
like,
right.
"You're weird," and I'd be like, "I know, oh, don't look at me."
I know. I'm sorry.
He'd be like, "I like your friend though," and I'd be like, "Of course you do."
Exactly. Of course you do. Yeah.
The pressure
Every
of sending your
damn
crush a
time.
MySpace friend request.
Yeah, I know, right? Like you're just shaking and you like,
Do I hit? Do I hit it? Do I hit the button?
Looking at
Do I
everyone's
do
top
it?
6.
It's like,
Oh,
all right,
do I
I look
do
away and I just click it. 1, 2, 3.
I would.
you know what
do-
made me really cool was the fact that I had an older sister. That made me cool.
Oh, I had an older sister, but
Same.
nobody really liked her.
Oh,
I had an older sister who was 6 years older, so she would drive, and
Yeah.
she had a pretty cool car as a high schooler.
She had a
a
Mustang.
Mustang. But it was cool.
Nice.
It was like a sports looking car for a high schooler. It wasn't,
Yeah.
a Ford or whatever.
It
So-
was because it was a Mustang.
but yeah, I was
It
like,
literally
I don't know
was
about
a
that.
Ford. It literally was a Ford.
You could have said any other car
You
maker.
could have said Chevy. You could have said Nissan.
What I meant to say, it wasn't like a Ford Fusion or some dumb bullshit, okay? It wasn't a Cadillac.
Oh,
But-
gotcha.
It wasn't a Cadillac. Cadillac would have been sick as fuck, dude.
I know,
Right?
that's
No,
what
but
I'm
it's like
saying.
old, that's old timey. The Mustang was cool hip. And like my
Yeah.
brother would like try and deck it out with underglow and like the fucking stereo had lights and shit.
Yeah.
She had the furry steering wheel cover.
Dude, definitely.
So I was like
So
in 8th
dumb.
grade and my friends would be like, "Oh my god, your sister's car is so cool." And I'd be like, "Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
My sister's
Pretty cool." And then I would give her shit for smoking cigarettes. I'd be like, "I can't believe you would do that." Because in 8th grade, I was like trying to read the Bible every day and was like, "I'm going to be the best Catholic ever." And so I became
If you
a
were-
nut job.
I feel like if you were raised either like super Catholic, like you were, like you went to Catholic school and shit, or like just for me, like my grandpa is a preacher still. So I was very much raised in the church. There's always like a moment where you're like, I'm gonna read the Bible, and it never works. And
Yeah, you
honestly-
you want to like dive in. You're like, well, I just need to be more about Jesus and more about God,
Right.
and then everything will be fine.
right.
And I did that, and then I was like, nope, because I
Yeah,
ended
and you're like-
I ended up getting shamed. I got shamed by the priest at my
For
school.
reading a Bible.
No,
Oh,
because of confession. Because in Catholicism, there's confession, and when I went as a little tween, I would confess stuff like, I got really mad at my dog, and so I cussed her out, and I said, the D word, which was damn. I said damn, and then the priest would say, "Oh, you're a lady. How you should never say those words. You need to say 10 Hail Marys and 11 Godfathers or whatever." And I was like, "What?"
You need to ask the Godfather?
I forgot the prayers, but I don't know. The priest would shame me. I specifically remember just walking out being like, "Oh, I thought I'd feel better after that, but no, I feel worse. I feel like a horrible person, and I'm a sinner, and I need to repent, repent." And so that's what I kind of grew up with, was this idea of you're bad, you need to repent and ask for forgiveness, and you're a terrible person, and you're a sinner, and don't do bad things. And then I got to college and was like, what? That was bullshit? Oh, fuck.
It took you that? I don't know. I guess I was like...
It did take me that long, yes. I was very sheltered.
I guess for me, I for sure was the hardcore Christian kid until probably my sophomore year of high school, and then I just went to youth group and stuff because that's where my girlfriend was at, so I would go, and then I quickly realized oh God, this is not what I actually believe at all. I don't think any of this shit is real. So then by my senior year, I was just full on nah, fuck religion, fuck Christianity. Even I was you're all fucking stupid. What the fuck? I was very much that mindset. As I've gotten older, I've grown out of that mindset because I do think for some people it's very good for them. And that I think that's great. If you can get out of it what it's supposed to give you, I think that's fine. But I personally can't connect to it, and I feel... I don't know. I just feel like I can't. I couldn't
It's okay,
go back
Michael.
to that
Jesus
sort of,
loves you.
He doesn't though, because if he did exist, it isn't the Son of God. He isn't the Son of God.
I had a similar path to atheism. For me, it started with hating going to church. I just hated going to church, so I would try not to go whenever I could. But up until sophomore, junior year, I felt like I should go because I believed in God and all that, but I didn't want to go. So then I took a world's religions class to learn about different religions. And then that's when I started to realize oh, they're all bullshit. These are
They're all the same.
bullshit. Yeah, they're all the same.
Yep.
So then, yeah.
That was my first... School was my first veil to what religion was, what it actually was, the stories and all that behind it, what they all mean. And I was like, oh, okay, they're all the same. That makes so much sense.
But they're different somehow.
Right, right.
Yeah. When I started realizing that there were other religions, that was when I was kind of wait a second. Why? I thought everybody believed this thing. I thought we knew this thing was real, and that's why we believed this thing. You know what I mean? And then I found out there's other religions, and I was like, yeah, what the fuck? This is, so they believe this other thing. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Right.
It was just weird to me to, it was hard for me to grasp, and, yeah, it made me, really start to question, everything.
Yeah, I remember asking that at one point, well, what about the people that believe other religions? And the answer was, well, they're wrong.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
God will forgive them.
Will they? What? Will he? Or will they? Or
because they're ignorant.
But yeah, and that's the other problem with religion is just, we got to go spread our word. You know what I mean? We got to go spread our religion because we know the truth. Nobody else knows the truth, but but we all know the truth, so we have to let everybody know that we know the truth and try and make them believe that we know the truth. Truth.
Well said. Truth.
There is no truth.
True. There is no truth. But there is one truth. We all are born and we all die.
Yeah,
That is
the
true.
one rule of the universe is change.
Yep. Thoughts, Cassandra?
Well, that's the cause of religion, is that exact fact that we're all living and we all know death is inevitable, and our brains can't fathom that idea. And so we have to make up so many different scenarios. I mean, it's the same as like, Roman times, Greek times, they had that mythology, right? Like certain gods would be the god of rain, the god of the harvest. They would pray to these gods for all these different things to happen. And every single belief system has that because nobody truly knows. Nobody has that answer about what is life after death, So we try and sit here and make up every single story and idea that we can think of to make it more fathomable for our brains, because we can't understand it. We don't have nearly enough knowledge in order to understand that. We just don't. We don't have that experience.
Yeah.
And I don't think we're supposed to have that experience. That's the whole point of kind of why we're here. And again, this is just my own belief, and everyone's belief is different, and everyone has so much conviction in their beliefs that you can't really sway someone from
Well,
those
if they're
beliefs.
not mine, they're wrong.
Well, exactly.
Because
How can you truly understand someone else's beliefs when you're so convicted in your own? And especially if they're
Empathy.
so opposing. Even still, when you're that opposing to each other in your belief systems, it can be really, that's exactly why you have wars.
Yeah.
That's exactly what is
But that's
still
the thing.
occurring.
You don't have to be so opposing. You can be open, and
Go tell that to the Middle East and Israel and Pakistan
you know what? I will. I'll bring them a Pepsi.
and see how that works for you.
There you go.
I mean, how long has that been going
That was a good
on?
reference, Eric. That was fucking great.
Yeah, that was good.
But for real, that's been how long of a war? That's been going on forever, before we were even born. Like, that's
True.
insane. That's absolutely insane, and that is a religious war.
I was
Well, it's power, but religion is power. They're synonymous.
especially in
Dumb.
the Middle East.
Especially, yes, exactly.
I was having a conversation with my buddy Thomas, and he went to school for neuroscience and philosophy, and he's
Seem like
crazy
different
smart.
things.
But the way that he thinks is actually so this kid's always been a genius, but the way that he thinks is very it makes me think in different ways. And one thing that he said, and we've actually I've talked to him about it several times since, is we all secrete DMT when we die. Like, that happens
Yes.
in our brain naturally, unless you get shot in the head. It's a little bit different. But generally speaking, when you die, DMT secretes. So he actually believes that whatever you believe is what happens to you in your brain, because that little bit of DMT gets to your brain, and you have those last final thoughts or whatever. If
That
you
makes
believe
sense.
that you will go to heaven, then in your mind you will go to heaven and see your family or whatever. If you believe that darkness happens, then darkness happens. If you believe that you'll see your whole life kind of flash before your eyes, that's probably what's going to happen. And again, he doesn't have any science to back this up, but based on the neuroscience and his philosophy side, that's what he believes personally. And I actually think that makes a lot of sense, because
I can see that. Yeah.
I mean, what else are you going to see? What else are you going to see other than what you already believe, on the other side, so to speak, quote unquote?
I don't know if the question is so much what you see. I think it's what happens after.
What I actually think happens is darkness and nothing.
So that's what you see.
That's what and based on what he's saying, and there's a bit of me that's like, fuck, that sucks. But there's also the bit of me that's like, that's fucking life. Everybody is dead.
I don't know.
There's more
There's a
people
part of
dead
me-
than alive.
There's a part of me that still deeply believes that consciousness can't be an accident. Like, there's got to be a reason for it. Otherwise, why?
Okay, do you think that all animals and maybe even all of life has consciousness to an extent?
Yeah. I can look at my cat and tell you he is conscious.
I agree with you, Eric, and I think like there's so many like what you might call coincidences or patterns in nature that are just undeniable. And to me, that is very much not a coincidence. Like you said, there is meaning to it, and like things can be almost too perfect sometimes. Like things can be too symmetrical. Like if you look at a butterfly, or if you look, like it's like that can't be that perfect. And if everything's so random, how is that perfect? You know what I mean? How is it that symmetrical? How is it that
Matrix.
balanced?
Coincidence, honestly.
But is it coincidence, or is it, energy, higher power, what have you? Whatever your belief is. Because the thing is, we all believe in the same thing. We just like to call it different things and argue about what we call it. But it's the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
We all believe that not all of us, because yes, there are atheists and people who don't believe, but I think there's clearly, because of all the religions that exist, there's a vast majority that do believe in this higher power of some sort. And they all have every similarity ever. Everything is so perfectly like every religion you can like line up perfectly, and everything would almost match in
Would
beliefs.
you say that science is a religion?
Yes.
At this point,
1,000%.
100%. Yeah, I think that makes, because people just be, just blindly go, well, listen to the scientists. And I would say that I fall a little in that camp for sure, because to me, science
Scientists
is
can be
based
bitch sometimes.
more. Yes, but science is typically like the people who are studying things are legitimately studying these things, and to me, that's factual like evidence, at least for what we know now.
Well,
You know what I
science
mean?
can be proven. Your
Right.
beliefs can't be proven, but science,
Yeah,
there's
but you can
equations,
also-
there's paperwork you can prove to show that yes, this is true, and that as humans, that satisfies the fuck out of us. We're
But
like,
even
yes,
if you prove it's
that's
true,
proof.
it's not necessarily true. Like, you can prove
sure.
something, but it can
Absolutely.
be an accident. It could be a fluke. It could be
I
a
mean-
coincidence.
Coincidence?
Yes.
We're already like questioning like the theory of relativity because of certain things that they found, and I can't go into that because I don't know
It's
nothing
called a
about
theory,
it.
Michael.
I know, and I understand that, and that's what I'm saying about science. We know it as like we know the theory of relativity as almost as facts because it was ingrained into like our brains. But now like science has progressed, not necessarily past it, but they're starting to understand things even further than that. Does that make sense? And
Yes.
so like when you look at it, like you're like, okay, yeah, it's changing for sure. It's evolving because we're understanding more, but it's more based in fact than just a belief.
Yeah.
Does that
yeah.
make sense?
Oh, definitely. Definitely, yeah.
I don't know if I explained it well. That's all I'm saying.
I think so, but I don't know. I feel like a lot of it is theoretical fact and not actually proven fact.
I mean, yeah, I agree with that. But we do have laws, right? Like we have the law of gravity. Like we know that there is gravity.
Yeah. Yeah.
What I'm trying to say, folks,
Smoke weed every day.
in the
Just,
heart of things.
Yeah. And try
Yeah.
and learn new things, you know?
That's what 2023 is supposed to be all about, you guys.
Boom. That's right.
Learn,
Bring it
New
full
learn
year.
new
circle.
things. Question
You.
things.
Question everything. Believe no one.
Yeah. Exactly.
Trust yourself only.
Well, no.
This is the
'Cause
2023 is going to be a bitter year.
We need
shutting
people to
people out.
believe people to an extent, yes, but also understand that not everybody has the same belief system as you.
quit joining cults. Just simple
There
as
you
that.
go.
That's the best way to say it.
besides mine. Just
Unless it's Eric. Join the Sundays cult at the Sundays podcast on Instagram.
Yeah, hit us up.
for
Let's go.
modest $19.99 a month.
Yeah,
Our Patreon, you can get stickers from us.
I will
And,
personally
It's
Can we
send
only
have
$10
stickers?
a month for you.
a link to my OnlyFans.
A wink, a wink.
oh. Pass.
He's got a pretty okay dick.
And with that, final thoughts?
Cooking, keep on cooking.
Damn right, Eric.
That's right. You know?
Take a
Bon
roast.
appetit.
Yeah.
Eric, kick it off.
All right, well, yeah, new year. Exciting times. It's always exciting. Starting off a new year. Feel hopeful. Try to hang on to that hope. Stay hopeful
For as long as you can.
at least through March. Try to make it through March.
And then
That's
when you
my
make it to
final thought.
March, try to make it through April.
There you go.
Yeah. If you can make it through March. It's going to be a long winter. But if you stay hopeful
That's
through
true.
March, there's hope. Spring is on the other side. And then you pass it off to Jazz.
Hello, everyone.
Hello,
My
this
final-
is my confessional.
This is my
These are my
confessional.
confessions.
Just when I thought I did all I could do, I did on this side.
My final thoughts are to wash your goddamn hands. And, not everyone is immune to COVID. And, just even though the pandemic is over, it's not actually over because you can still get sick from all this shit.
Yeah.
So that's just what I have to say for 2023. Just be better, do better, and wash your goddamn hands. I'm going to pass it over to Cassandra.
Yeah. For sure. New year, happy new year, y'all. Just also don't put too much pressure on all of your shit. Don't try and take on too much at once. And, don't feel like you have to be accomplishing stuff all the time in order to be worthy of life. So, keep it Creole and
Creole. Keep it Creole.
keep
Go
it
to Louisiana.
creep it real. And don't forget that a new year is a chance for new beginnings, but also just chill. All right, Michael.
Just chill, you know. Yeah. Fuck. I had a thought and then
Michael, final
everything happened.
thoughts.
I know. So. God damn it! I had a thought and then it's gone.
Do, 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 do.
All the New Year's stuff happens, and then you got the other stuff.
It do be happening.
Orgies.
No, I was gonna say book the show for February 6th.
Book the show.
Check me out on February 6th at your mom's house here in Denver. And I just look forward to another year doing the Sundays podcast and hanging out with you guys. And I can't wait to see what else we have
Each
in
other.
store. I'm sorry that maybe this episode was a little bit heavy, but the end of the year is a good place to reflect and really think about things.
It's a
in your
good
life.
dump.
So,
I think our resolution this year is to do a live
Yes.
episode with all of
as
us.
a group,
Ooh-wee.
yes, as a group,
The
our resolution is
Sundays
to do an
podcast
actual
resolution.
fucking show all together, and
In
we hope you
Vegas.
tune in for that. Yes.
Live
Hell
from
yeah.
Vegas.
Live
Woo!
from Vegas. We'll bring on Bruce Buffer to
Bruce
fucking
Buff.
introduce her.
He
to
coming in
We
introduce
hot.
the
should
show.
do that one live.
We're all gonna wear suits.
Dude,
His suits.
he does cameos. I would be so down to have that as an opening.
Oh, that would be cool.
We all gotta wear suits.
Oh yeah, because he's
All right, I'll
always
find a
dapper
suit.
as fuck. All right, thanks for tuning in, guys. Happy New Year, Cassandra. Hit him
Happy
with
New
it.
Year.
Happy New Year, y'all. Hit us up. Like, subscribe, share, comment. Hit us up on the emails, the Sundays podcast at gmail.com. The Sundays podcast on all socials. Let us know what's up. Comment. Give us a shout. DM us. Slide in there. Everyone have a happy New Year. Be safe out there and stay healthy, y'all.
Peace.